Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today is going to be the Lego Harry Potter Series 2 video. Now, I did film this around 4 times. All of them sucked, by the way, so this is my 4th time trying to film this video. Now, yesterday I did do an unboxing video, which that video was 34 minutes long. Now, I don't think you guys want to sit through a 34-minute video long, so basically, to sum it up, I got all the figures here are new for me, except Luna Lovegood and Ginny Weasley. Those are the only 2 duplicates I have 2 of. The most useless figures to get because, well, Luna Lovegood's helmet is the only cool part about her, and Ginny Weasley, the only cool part about her is the head, and everything else kind of, it's not that useful. But anyway, without further ado, let's go on with the first figure, which is Harry Potter. We're going to be going in chronological order from the thing that they appeared on the checklist. So, I have the checklist here right next to me. So, of course, 1 will be Harry, 2 will be Dumbledore, and etc., etc. Now, without further ado, let's go on to this video right now. So, here is the first figure. This is Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Anyway, we're going to get rid of it as accessory because it's really covering all the printing on the front of his torso. Now, the head is kind of exclusive. It's not exclusive, and it is exclusive. Lego decided to give the back expression is the exact same from all the Lego Harry Potters, but the front is absolutely new for this figure. That's cool. I just dropped the hairpiece. Let me put that back on. Anyway, the front of the torso has his Half-Blood print, which is super cool to get. Some people don't like it because it's like casual clothes. We could have got this in an advent calendar or something, but I kind of like it a lot because I would rather pay $5 to get just 1 figure, or 6, I don't know where it's going for right now. I got the whole series off Amazon, so they were already cut open. I already knew the figures who was in each pack. But anyway, I really like Harry Potter. The front of his torso has a gray jacket with red printing, which is very cool for Stranger Things Season 2. Steve. On the legs, you can use some very cool Nancy legs, aka you could use these legs for just regular jeans, which is cool. You just have a black belt right there with some black shoes. On the back of the torso, we have some really cool back torso with some hoodie going down. And you also have some side like shoe printing, which is super cool to get. Now, as far as accessory, you do have a potions book, if I'm not mistaken. And then on the front, you have this really cool printed tile, which has some potions or something in it. I don't really know that much about Harry Potter. I just know some of the characters and stuff like that, but I don't know that much. So, yeah, I'm not a Harry Potter nerd. But, yeah, that is Harry Potter. Now we're going to go on to the next figure, which is going to be Dumbledore. So, this is the Ian McKellen version of Dumbledore, because the original actor died, if you didn't know. But, yeah. We're going to get rid of Fawkes the Phoenix right now because we're going to take a look at that with the rest of the figure. Anyway, he has some front good torso print. It's covered by the beard, but anyway, before we look at the front, let's look at the back torso print, which has some nice robes or something. On the back of his expression, he has a very happy expression. And if we remove the beard, sorry, some figures over here knocked over, but anyway, you have some really nice torso print. And on the front of the face, you have a cool smiling expression. That is super cool to get. He also has some back dress print, which is cool to get. All figures in this have back dress print. I think only 3 figures in this have back dress print. Yeah, there is Dumbledore. And he's one of my favorites. He has this new hair hat combo, which is super cool to get. It also has the stars on top, which is cool. So this is 2 pieces. They're not removable. He also has a tan wand. Also, you come with Fawkes the Phoenix. We only have 3 versions of Fawkes the Phoenix. We had the one that was a molded piece back then, but it wasn't that good as this. Then we also had the brick belt version from this year, I think. And then, a couple of years ago, 2019. Yeah, I mean 2018, I think. Yeah, you just sit him in his hand, which is very cool to get. I think 3 of these, just for the parts, just for him, and then just for Fawkes the Phoenix. Yeah, that is Dumbledore. Now we're going to move on to the next figure, which is going to be Hermione Granger. Next up is Hermione Granger, and she is probably one of the cooler figures in the series. Why? Because she comes with this Butterbeard, if I'm correct. Anyway, on the front of the torso, you have this very nice stripes, which is tan and brown. This is also in her Half-Blood print. Hermione, Ron, and Harry all have their torsos and legs are all from the Half-Blood print. This head is exclusive to this figure, has not been used in anywhere else yet. You have a very sad expression on the other side, though. Very useful for customs. Very useful. On the legs, oof. On the legs, you have these dual molded green and blue legs, which is very cool to get. You also come with a tan wand, too. And you also come with this reddish-brown hairpiece. That is Hermione Granger. Now we're going to move on to the next figure, which is Ron Weasley. So here's Ron Weasley, or Ronald Weasley. He is a very cool figure to get just for that head. You know why? Because it's Chandler. I'm kidding. It's Ron Weasley, but the head is identical to Chandler, which is super cool. You can use this for a Peter Parker custom. If you wanted to, you could use this for Peter Parker's clone. If I'm correct, Scarlet Spider, which is Ben Reilly. But yeah, it also comes with this orange hairpiece, which I think the Advent calendar should have come with this hairpiece, the long orange one. He has a different expression than the one that the Harry Potter and the Advent calendars and the other things come, which is super cool. These probably one of the detailed figures that have arm printing in this. I think only 2 figures, if I'm correct, in this series. No, I think 3, if I'm correct. No, 4. Yeah, I think 4 figures in this series have arm printing. But anyway, he has Butterbeard too, so Hermione and both have Butterbeard. They can share Butterbeard together. But anyway, he has some side arm printing, which has some stripes and different colors. Also, he has some nice jeans with some dark gray shoes, which is super cool to get. He also has this black stand, which all the figures come with. I don't know why I mentioned that. But he also comes with a brown one, which you get an extra of. All the figures in this have extras. But yeah, now let's go on to the next figure, which is Luna Lovegood. So here's a duplicate for me. I have 2 of her. I got one for Christmas, and I also got one and here. So anyway, she has this very nice lion helmet, which is super cool to get. Anyway, she also comes with this hairpiece over here. I'll just mention that right there. There it is. Who would want to display her with the lion helmet? It would probably get cool if you had 2 of her. Just for the lion helmet, so I have an extra of her. Also, the torso is super cool for some Christmas sweaters, in my opinion. She's representing Gryffindor. She just needs the Gryffindor flag. Anyway, she's supposed to have dark blue, purple legs with some dark red shoes, but instead of pink. Now, this is a very odd color, so I don't think these legs are going to be useful for anyone. I don't know, though. But yeah, I love the stock printing, which is super cool to get. There is Luna Lovegood, and before we go on to the next figure, let's go take a look at the back printing, which she has a nice and smiling expression. Let's go on to the next figure now, which is going to be Griphook. So here is Griphook. He's one of the cooler figures and most scariest figures in the series. He also has arm printing, which is super cool. Also, he has a Gryffindor sword, if I'm not mistaken. Also, he has these little tiny short legs, which are not posable. They are not posable whatsoever. So he is a very simple figure to get when you're feeling inside the bag. Just feel for his legs. This is probably really simple. I think you should only get maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of these figures, just for the arm printing, for the torso, the whole figure itself, and that Gryffindor sword. The sword is rubber. It does have some dual molded plastic with this, which could be used for Kylo Ren, but why didn't they do that, Lego? This is $5, and the set that he came in was more expensive. Anyway, this hairpiece does look like Mr. Incredible's hairpiece, which is super cool to get. You have some little goblin ears on the side. Thank God it's not a molded head like a couple of years ago, 2007 or something. Yeah, now let's go on to the next figure, which is going to be Lily Potter. So here is Lily Potter. She's one of the cooler figures in the series. Why? Because she has baby hair. That kind of steals everything. But anyway, it's just a baby piece in a dark turquoise, if I'm correct. But anyway, he has a gold H on the front, and it just looks like any other baby. Not that much unique to him. I wish he had a scar on top just to add a bit of detail to the figure, but it would have only made it useful to Harry itself, so you can use this in your cities or anything. Anyway, let's remove the baby because it's falling out all the time. Anyway, the face is a super cool thing to get, but the other side is very weird. Why is she smiling so much? It's super weird. She kind of looks old on this side. On the back, you have some back torso print, which is super cool to get. Anyway, you have some side leg print, leg printing, which has some side leg printing with shoes printed, which is super cool to get. She also comes with a wand, which this is the first time that we're getting Harry and his father, Harry Potter's mother and father in this series, which it's cool to... And hey, I'm glad I take it, because then we can relive the boy who lives scene where whoosh, they fight Voldemort or something. I don't know. Now let's go on to the next figure, which is Harry's father, aka James Potter. So here is James Potter. He comes with a reddish-brown hairpiece, just like his son Harry. Also, this just fell out of his hand. We'll take a look at that in a second. But anyway, he has a nice scarf in dark red. He also has some nice dual-molded gray and black legs. It's kind of a theme in this series. Also, he has some black shoes, which wrap around all the way to the side, which is super cool. Again, on the back, he has a very weird expression. It's him smiling. Very, very weird. Anyway, take the scarf off. And there it is. It's a dark red scarf. It's kind of, I think, used in the Chinese New Year things, if I'm correct. But anyway, on the front is this very nice torso print, because we've been getting that regular old generic torso with a suit, a lot of sets, not different, but yeah, this is a different, exclusive to this figure, probably not, because it's a torso print. People are going to use it in other sets or something. It's just a regular suit print. We're probably going to see this around 500 or 600 times in the near future. Who knows, though? Hopefully it is exclusive to this figure. Anyway, we have this nice thing which has Harry's mom and them in the photo, which is super cartoonish, but I think it looks cool with the bushes, the road, and the tree in the back. I think it looks super cool. And that comes with the accessory. I think we should get maybe 1 or 2 of these, 3 of these guys, just to get maybe the torso for some useful figures, and him himself, and just the photo. It would be super cool to get a lot of him. But yeah, now let's go on to the next figure, which is going to be another duplicate, Ginny. So here is Ginny Weasley. Now she comes with this. Oh my god, it just fell off. Anyway, she comes with this. Oh my god, what's happening? Anyway, she comes with this orange hairpiece, which is super cool to get for her because it's exclusive. But she is in her Slughorn outfit. Anyway, she has her cup, which I now have 2 of, which is pretty cool. I have the second one over here. You don't get 2 in the series, but this is my duplicate of her, which is super cool to get an extra of these just for that glass, which is a new glass print. You can use it for a wine glass or something. Who knows? Anyway, she has some side dark green legs with some flesh boots at the bottom. Also, she has some shoes, and on the front, she has a very happy expression, and on the back, she has a very smiling expression. But yeah, there is Ginny Weasley. I think you should have maybe 1 or 2 of her, just for the figure herself, just for the head, and just for another maybe, just to put in your Slughorn party or something. I don't know. But yeah, now let's go on the next figure, which is going to be Fred Weasley. Moving on to another sibling of Ron, we have Fred Weasley. Now, you do get the brothers in this, then you also get this in the Diagon Alley, which is a super cool thing to get. But anyway, if you remove this down here, we have this nice suitcase print, which you do get 2 of those. We'll take a look at the extra accessories at the very end of the video. Anyway, if you remove the suitcase out of his hand, just look at the torso. He has a very nice coat, which I think this is based off Order of the Phoenix, if I'm right. You have the very nice ball at the top, which is a thing because they're in the snow, which is super cool to get. On the back, you have a smiling expression, and on the front, you have a very happy expression. I think this represents Fred very well, and he's one of the cooler figures. Also, he has dark red, not dark red, tan legs with dark gray printing. Now let's move on to the next figure, which is going to be George Weasley. So here is George Weasley. He's one of my favorites out of the series, just for that head print. It's super cool and expressive. He's laughing on this side, and then on the other side, he is kind of smiling. But anyway, on the front of the torso, what makes him different from his brother is his coat is open on this side. If I remove the suitcase, his coat is open on this side, and the heads are different, and different accessories. That's the only thing different. If you were collecting them just for the pieces, I think that's Fred. I think you should go for Fred instead of George because of the suitcase. It's super cool. He has the Marauders map closed up, which you do get it opened in the blister pack for, I think, this year, which is cool. Last year. Anyway, you have some tan legs with dark gray legs, and when you put them right next to each other, they would go really good in your Lego Harry Potter mock or something. Yeah, now let's go on to the next figure, which is going to be Bellatrix Lestrange. So here is Bellatrix Lestrange. She is one of the cooler figures because of her hairpiece. Her hairpiece is super unique to this figure. Not unique, it's only come in 3 things. Back in 2007 or something, an old Lego Order of Phoenix, I think, sets came out. Anyway, removing that hairpiece, she does come with some front facial expression where she is creepily smiling at you, and then on the back she is mad at you. This would be a good head to use for Barbara from Wonder Woman. Anyway, she has one of the figures that have side arm printing. Then she also has some dress printing and some handcuffs. I'm not going to remove those because it's going to be really hard to put them back on. She has her Order of Azkaban number, and then on the back dress printing and some back torso printing. Overall, I think it would be cool to get maybe multiple of her because of her hairpiece, the head, and the torso. Maybe you use to update Sirius Black in his prisoner of Azkaban thing. Now we're going to go on to the next figure, which is going to be Kingsley. Next up is Kingsley, and I have to be honest, I don't know that much about Kingsley. He's one of the characters that is kind of forgettable in my opinion. Maybe he's one of your favorite characters. I don't know. He comes with, but the figure is one of many in this series that is cool. But the only downer about this figure is he only has a front toe printing, not the side. Not even side leg printing, so I think that this was a downer from all the others. Anyway, he comes with this nice torso print on the front, and then on the back he has this nice cape, which if you go over, you can have that. Oh, nice torso printing, and then some side arm printing. Overall, I think he's one of the cooler figures. He has exclusive head to his design, and I think you should put him in your Hogwarts mock too. Also, he has a nice happy expression. That's and exclusive hats to him. And also, we could not forget the broomstick that he comes with. He also comes with a wand, which all the figures, I think only one figure in this series does not come with a wand, which is Luna Lovegood, which is not Luna Lovegood, she comes with a wand, Mornin Myrtle. But anyway, he comes with a broomstick, which is cool. I think he's one of the broomstick teachers. But yeah, now let's go on to the next figure, which is probably the most unique out of the whole series, which is Mornin Myrtle. So here is Mornin Myrtle, and she's one of the cool figures because she has a very nice thing that she's standing on. Now, we're going to take her off this time because, well, we're going to take her off. She does have a book. We're going to take that off too, so we can look at the figure. Now, she comes with a Ravenclaw outfit, and she comes with this rubber hairpiece. She is the girl who cries in the stalls, which is pretty annoying at some times, but yeah, she's kind of mad on this side, and she's kind of happy, kind of sad on this side. I don't know why I said happy. She has a Tom Riddle's diary, which is cool to get. See, it says THR, which Dobby came in the first series. It's stabbed with a sock inside. This time it actually has some cool printing. It says, "My name is Harry Potter," and says, "Hello." One of the cool features about her is that she is dead, so she's very unique, and we never have Mornin Myrtle because Lego back then couldn't know how to make ghosts, but now they do. That is Mornin Myrtle. Now we're going to move on to the next figure, which is going to be Professor Sprout. So here is Professor Sprout, and we're going to get rid of her accessory because it's probably the most cool part about her. Anyway, she's one of the other figures that have dress printing too. She has some back dress printing, and she has some front dress printing, which is cool. She's one of the teachers who works on the mandrakes, which is her accessory. She has the earmuffs on to protect her ears, because if you listen to the mandrake scream, I think you go deaf, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, the head is a very surprise look, and she has a wand as her accessory, just like all the other figures except Mornin Myrtle. She has a pot, which is cool, and then she also has a mandrake, which I prefer the old mandrake instead of this one, but I think this is just a cool figure just to get the figure and add her to your Harry Potter collection. But I think that she's appeared in one of the Lego sets for this year, so I suggest that you don't get her that much, because I think the face is the only cool part about her. But yeah, now let's go on to the final figure of the whole series, which is probably the worst figure except the best accessory, which is Neville Longbottom. So here's Neville Longbottom, and he's one of the cool figures because of his accessory. It is the Monster Book of Monsters, which has this cheese slope piece, which if you're feeling on the bag, find the cheese slope piece because it has Neville Longbottom in it. And the teeth print has this very vicious in the front. But you just put that cheese slope in there, like that and put the book on there, and it's a very nice technique. On the front of the book, it has this nice printed piece, but anyway, now let's look at the boringest figure in the whole series. We have Neville Longbottom, and he is in every single series ever for Harry Potter. He's appeared in last series in his Professor Sprout outfit, but we'll take a look at both the pamphlets at the very end of the video. Anyway, cool book accessory, but the torso is in his Hogwarts uniform, which is super depressing. Like, why, Lego? Can't you just pick a useful outfit? He's one of the figures that have mid-legs in this series, so if you're feeling out for Neville Longbottom, if you really want him just for the book, just feel for this cheese slope. It's super simple. Don't feel for his hair or anything, because you might think it's Harry's or something, maybe for someone else, but he's one of the figures that have short legs in this. Just hope that it's not rubber. But anyway, that is Neville Longbottom, and that is the final figure of this whole series. Now we're going to look at all the accessories from the figures, all the extra accessories that you get this whole series. And without further ado, we're going to end this video right after that. So I guess this kind of did turn into a 31-minute video, but it's not that long. These are all the wands, but the most unique parts about this is Luna Lovegood's hair. It could be the other lion one. Also, the most unique part are these one by these little tiles that have these numbers on it, which is number 3 and 6, which is cool. Also, the handcuffs are cool too, and you also have the DCCMF posing piece, which you get extra for Luna Lovegood, and you have an extra key for Griphook, which is cool. But yeah, that is the accessories. Now we're gonna look at both pamphlets, and then we're gonna wrap up this video. So in this series, if you did not know, you just cut open this little tab right here, and I'm not going to cut open this one because I don't need it. I already have it all cut open. You have the Lego Harry Potter series, which is super cool. You get all the figures here, you get to check them off and stuff. On the very back, it shows you how to build some of the figures. It has Harry Potter on the front, and it shows some of the figures that you have to build, which is Harry Potter's dad, the scarf and everything, the book, and everything like that. Yeah, now, the plant piece too, that got left behind. But yeah, here is the second series, one. Not second, I mean first series. This is the first series, checklist, which, as you could see, this one is more bigger for some reason, because they both have 16, and this one's kind of smaller. This one's kind of bring your pockets, bring this one into your pocket into the store to find the pieces. This one's kind of like, okay, just crunch it up and put it in there. But which was also weird is it had the Fantastic Beast on the back, which this time on the back you just have the Harry Potter figures. No Fantastic Beast in this series, probably one of the most characters that everyone wants to get. But yeah, now we're going to take a look at all the figures and give you my final review on all the figures. So overall, this is a really cool series. The only thing that I wish that were cooler in this series are more cool variants of Neville, but I do like the Monster Book of Monsters. Now, what made the first CMF unique than this one was the introduction of mid-legs. That's what made the first series more cooler. It also had more figures and more variety of figures that we have not gotten before, like Harry, Ron, and mid-legs. Malfoy, which... good thing they didn't put him in this series, because I don't think it would have been good. One of my favorite figures from the first series that I think were better than the second series was Voldemort, because the new snake piece, and Mad-Eye Moody, because the new hair hat thing, which... but I think they should have put Fantastic Beasts in this series. It was not a good movies, in my opinion. I didn't watch any of them. They were super boring, in my opinion. No wonder they didn't come out with a third, if they're making a third. No, because I do not like Fantastic Beasts. I'm sorry if you guys actually like Fantastic Beasts. I don't really like it. I think it's kind of a ripoff of Harry Potter. But what do I think of this series? I think this series is a B+. It's not cool than the first series had an A- because there were some things that were some good and the bad, which they had 22 figures. This one has 16. There's some figures that were removed, which are basically the 4 or 5 Fantastic Beasts figures, if I'm correct. But I do like the first series better than this one because you had more variety of characters, more uniqueness to them. But you had 6 more figures in the series than this one. So the cool things that I really think that will be memorable in this series will be the first appearance of Mornin Myrtle. Griphook and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Him overall, and the Phoenix. Those are gonna be the only memorable pieces. The parents are cool to get in this series, but they're not needed because they die in the first like 4 or 5 seconds of the film. Griphook, you'll probably see him in a future set. Luna Lovegood probably might be exclusive. She might be in another Quidditch set or something. But overall, I think that this is a good series, and I hope give me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.